Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. This is basically a topic about Jade Cargill signing with WWE if she hasn't already signed. This is probably something that's been in the works almost since the time that Jade, debuted in AEW. You would think the huge push that she got, almost like the Goldberg style push with the TBS title, where she held the title for 508 days, had 60 different title defenses, was able to win all of those. The story was always like, what would happen if WWE was able to get their hands on a Jade Cargill? This is somebody they had a chance to sign. She had a tryout back in 2019. They ended up passing on her. Mark Henry, kind of like her, spiritual leader, I guess you can say, somebody that's been influential into her career, her getting into wrestling after her basketball career in college, told her to go to AEW, where she's had training by AR Fox, QT Marshall, Dustin Rhodes. We had Sanjay Dutt and Bryan Danielson help out, when she made it up to the main roster. She's got a real good look. She really has had a few matches, but she's not really somebody you look at and it's like, this girl's gonna go out there and blow it out and have a really good match. In my opinion, she reminds me a lot of Jazz, who came from ECW. She had a career, she had a run in WWE around 2001 to 2002, but she never really put together the whole package for me. I never was really ecstatic to see somebody like that go out there and do it. She's been put in some real big situations. Her debut match on the AEW roster was Cody and Brandy going up against Shaq, teaming with Jade, and that's really where it all started. From there, she turned down joining Matt Hardy's little stable, which was probably one of the best things that they could have done. Because it was like almost everybody that got put into that group almost just got lost into the shuffle. I think Hardy ended up getting kicked out of his own group by Charlotte's husband. And even after that, it just went nowhere from there. She ended up getting with Mark Sterling, which, if I remember right, was something like she was part of MJF's faction. I think that Sterling was the lawyer of MJF who went out there and signed her to an MJF contract, which I don't think ever really got picked up. But Sterling kept going out there with her, being the manager for her. She won the TBS title in the finals against Ruby Soho, who she also went out there and had a match with at Double or Nothing 2023, where she won and then issued another challenge, where she would be beat by Chris Statlander. And that should have been built up way bigger. It should have been a huge deal that she lost this championship. She had a huge run, much like a Goldberg, and nothing really, came out of it. It didn't really make a whole bunch of sense with that. But it sort of shows that, like, a lot of people that come into AEW, they get this big, huge pop, they get a big, huge run, and before long, they just kind of get lost in the shuffle. And AEW slipped on this one big time. Somebody that they made into their own star, they just couldn't keep. Her going to WWE, I think that she would go to NXT, where she could work with Shawn Michaels and the rest of the gang there. And then once she's able to get put on the main roster, hopefully put her onto the Monday Night Raw brand, where Cody could probably lean on her and sort of be like, on the road with her, kind of giving her the tips and the lay of the land, and see what they can do with her from now on. But I think that what they do with her at the Performance Center, you would think that just by looking at what they've done with younger talents, even though they've been on somebody else's main roster, maybe she would get a year run in NXT, probably be the best thing for her, and could make her look like a big deal, almost treat her like a Gunther, that he could come, run through NXT to the point where he got pumped up to the main roster, And, you know, here he is with the Intercontinental title now, looking like he's one of the main deals on the SmackDown brand. So we'll see what we can do. Jade going to WWE. He came out of the middle of nowhere, honestly, in my opinion.